Короче, не знаю, что-то у меня вырубился комп. Возможно, это будет происходить иногда. Я вообще без понятия, почему это случается. Очень не в тему. Ты, может, включишься? У меня еще программка для моей анимешной девочки не работает. Почему-то. Ну, что тебе мешает? Не понимаю. Ладно. Сейчас 3 раза. О. Блять. 4 раза включилась. Что я закрыла? Что-то я закрыла не того. Раз, раз. Ну, вот так сделать, мне кажется, очень сильно шуметь будет. Раз. Раз. Блять, нет, электричество моргает. Ой, блин, опять, наверное, вырубится. 9% прошла. О, дополнительный шут. Награды. Так, а чем мы остановились? На том, что я застряла.
Is not in any condition to be questioned.
Надо привести ее в чувство. Для этого мне надо взять вон тот уксус. Этот уксус мне не дает вон та вредная женщина. Вот и все. Так. Какая-то ерунда. Почему я фруктиков не могу?
Strawberries, 6 pence a pound.
6 паунд. Почему я взять не могу? Мне ничего сказать. Ну так клубнику, да, или вот.
A bottle of poop.
Не могу ничего тыкнуть. Ладно. Чисто так. Посмотреть, что бронил Франц. А что, не бронишь? Деньги, может? Нашел на броню. Я его осмотреть-то не могу.
It's Alice Asher's notebook. Boldly, the fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband. A box of new stockings.
И... Все, теперь мы с этой поговорим. Она там кучу денег должна трупу. Так что должна быть более разговорчивая. По факту. Давай, выкладывай. Какая наглая. Опять моргает. Ой. Давай гнилые
Your
фрукты.
fruit is rotten.
What? A foreigner dares to say that?
Да просто я не думаю, что
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Киллер вот этот по ABC. Да, до
Now,
подробностей.
please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries.
О, нифига
You
себе,
want to go
он
to prison?
задушил.
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir.
Collaboration.
Of course,
О,
sir.
блин, такая теперь.
Listen, I didn't kill
Хорошая.
Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock.
Оставим записку
She
в
left me a
квартирке,
note
как
saying she
Кристи,
wanted
она
some
поздно доставила
strawberries
кое-что,
if I
и
got
пошла
some.
туда.
I received them late, about
Ой,
6.
что-то вы в 17:30
So I
последний
took
раз
them
живые
over
видели.
to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter
Надо
and
попробовать.
left.
You were not allowed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France, her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's
Да,
a
вот
foreigner.
паразитка.
Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
Не, ну по факту, по факту. Дашь уксус?
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But
Или
try not
сейчас
to empty the
отвезли
bottle.
его. Ну что, холодно.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Да? Давай поработаем. Так, кто у нас что? Между 17:30 и 18.
I will not.
Хорошо. Пошли мужа допрашивать. Я не знаю, мне кажется, он проснется, но неужели протрезвеет от этой вони. Как-то сомнительно. О, здесь все: Никита, Стас, Гена. Нюх-Ника. Такие коротенькие в этой игре. Изенькие.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbors, and
No one's seen anything? Or rather, it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
no.
Yeah. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again.
Давай рассказывай. Давай я вас еще не посмотрю. Фингал под глазом.
This
Вот.
man is in rather a bad state.
Да, его кто-то побил. Жена, наверное. Синяк. кровь. А, там, кстати, была... Как ее? Кровь.
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
Это был платочек. Я не знаю. Да блин.
Care for a cigarette, monsieur?
What's that? Scented cigarettes? No thanks.
Bien. I was trying to be friendly, but you are quite right. Let us get down to business. You threatened to kill your wife, and now she's dead.
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
Боже, когда мухи
So,
перестанут
it
летать,
seems we're
прям
going
бесит
so well with your wife. Why did you not live with her?
этот звук.
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
You can't have treated her very well for her to run away.
No, sir, no. I wouldn't say I'd ever laid a finger on her, but it was only normal. She was my wife.
Ах ты ж мразь.
Are you often involved in fights?
I don't know what you mean.
Asha, look me in the eye and tell me that you were in a fight.
I'm looking. No, I wasn't in a fight.
You are right. Looking at the state of you, you did not defend yourself. So someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him?
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
Может, ты придумал себе алиби. Я не верю, что то, что у нас же, по идее, будет маньяк какой-то.
Asher's alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You can never trust this sort of chap.
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he is not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's resume, Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Ой. Реконструкция. Блин, этого не было, кстати, в этом.
The killer enters the shop. Mrs. Asher turns around to greet a customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
Так и было. 100%.
He then places the ABC upside down before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Пока что дедукция такая несложная. Ну, спасибо, спасибо.
Asher has a strong alibi and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover Police.
See you soon, then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home. There's nothing for us here.
Well, do you have any idea about the killer's identity?
Наконец-то мухи появились.
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes. He has a slight limp on the right foot, and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like, nor where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do, then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
I thought I heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
I will go and see.
Почитать письмо.
It is not the right time.
Так, где дверь? А, вот это.
Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The Andover affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? But the fun has only just started. I would like to draw your attention to Bexhill-on-Sea on the 25th of this month.
Подсказочка будет.
We're having a crazy time. Best wishes, ABC.
Вот это будет рофл, если у него...
The next crime will be in Bexhill. We must warn Jap to Scotland Yard.
Did the letter indicate anything that might help the police?
To be honest, I think we can already guess something about the next victim. But I need to think about it a little more.
Сейчас хочу по комнате побегать. Что у нас здесь?
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. The W is not printed properly.
I.
Yes, this I is weird.
Что еще? Вот Эй такая же. Что еще есть? Не знаю, вот это.
Let us examine the characters in this word.
Хорошо.
Let us examine the characters in this word.
А я что, могу любое тыкнуть?
Let us examine the characters in this word.
Так, Блин, больше не вижу. Сейчас
Right. Let us compare this.
То же самое. Эй.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. However, the characters in the...
Чё?
Yes, this I is weird.
И В.
The W is not printed properly.
А больше не вижу никаких странных букв. 25.
Let us examine the char...
Твоя нормальная.
Let us examine the characters in this...
Best wishes.
The W... Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The Andover affair... We're having a crazy time. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Of course, the W... I have to find some other similar defect.
Ага. Теперь I.
Yes, this... Right. Let...
Я поняла, что он от меня хочет.
Yes. The... I have to find...
Тут получается I, V, A.
Yes, the A appears to be quite a... Right. Let us come... That's right. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
No.
Both letters were written on the same type.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked.
Так я не сказала бы, что я игнорирую что-то.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Так. Ой. Извините. Так, ну, ABC. Ну, не знаю. Нет. Ладно. Как минимум мотивом. Фамилия первая была Аша. Андевра или Саша начинается на А. А следующая жертва на Б.
So, Poirot, have you found something?
Oui, I believe so. But I am afraid it is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Japp. I will explain there.
Ну, сейчас, подождите, я еще не все посмотрела. У нас тут вон вентилятор.
Ah. I've finished with...
Целую локацию сделали, ни хрена не могу делать.
Daily Flicker, June the 22nd, 1935. Battle of...
Торговки. Что, все, не могу ничего посмотреть? Давай, пошли туда. Так, что у нас здесь ничего. Вот сюда. Наш ABC.
Andover, Hampshire, population 31,200 inhabitants.
Все. Как на Б, посмотри, что там еще есть. Так, здесь зеркало посмотреть. Нам это эго даст. Какие-то японские картины у него. А где эго плюс? Алло. О, хорошо, дяденька. Все, больше ничего интересного. О, могу на тебя посмотреть.
No doubt about it. Hastings is going bored.
Блин. Поболтаем.
It may be time.
Блин, нудиво. Пошли. Поехали.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Так. Ничего меня потыкать. Болтать не с тем, что нас... Ну, пошли, господи, где? Так, пушечки. Оп, награды.
Japp has invested a great deal in his career. Japp is an investigator greatly respected by his peers.
Так. Карта какая? На Б.
Alice Asher was murdered in Andover. The ABC... London. I really...
Я забыла, как называется город второй, который у меня там написали. На Б. Там записки, что он сказал. Бексхилл. Это Лобин, наверное. Это улица вообще, что это? Ладно, карта неудобная. Google карты не нет. Ничего, тут поболтать, тут посмотреть. Тут все можно еще.
Like all hunters, Hastings has...
Ага. Давай на тебя посмотрим.
Jap appears...
Так, подождите.
to be snowed under.
Так, что там? Бедолага. Работяга.
Jap appears to already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters. Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the two
Я думала,
letters.
это улица.
There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
Ну,
I suspect
Это
that
мы
the
поняли.
name of the second victim will start with B.
вот это было бы наше удивление. Если
What on earth makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received the letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So, it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien, we should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Jap, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
Ля, мы на море едем. Блин, так красиво. Сейчас бы на море.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Poirot!
Do not be offended, Hastings. I can see Jap waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good. Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town.
Посмотрим.
Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture, although personally I prefer more modern buildings.
Так, здесь посмотрела. Ну, пошли.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief
I fear your admirer. We haven't yet identified the victim. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1.
Was she...
Come on, Poirot, that's rather...
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing.
The body hasn't been moved. You can...
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine?
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
Открыла дверь, надеюсь, монеты не придут. Ой.
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively in...
Меня тоже прям на пляже убил.
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt. This key is a braided silk belt.
Ну, судя по всему,
These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth.
задушили этой штукой. На букве Б.
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times. The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange. Either the murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't... Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no... Let us now try and get our brain cell.
Brain cell. Ее задушили. мясо.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braid belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let's now try and get our brain cells to work.
Да.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that. A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then the purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must... A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me. It definitely was here that the victim left. Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Where are you going? I thought the...
You are quite right, Hastings. Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relaxed. With all these tourists,
так это туристы.
With all these tourists.
Про магазин был, я думала про этих ребят.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place, and above all, no creases.
Так, сейчас эго свой потешим. Давай.
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work.
A delightful cafe. So this is where Betty worked?
Yes, indeed. Let us find someone.
Так, и чё? Больше ничего мы полапать не можем. Туда нельзя. Сюда нельзя. Ну, давай разговаривать. Давай сейчас посмотрим.
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat. This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own.
А?
These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?